Hello, my beautifuls. Welcome to 1111 and your favorite true crime voice on the YouTube streets. Hey, Angie, how are you? Remember, everybody, this is a live broadcast, and if you're watching replay, you have the benefit of a fast forward button as I meet and greet my beautiful, beautiful 1111 family. Hi, Ro. How are you? Gemini 65, Virgo 22, Mama Scheibel, peace out. Welcome, all of you. We're going to be talking about the Maddie Soto case. We're going to be very focused on the mother and the family connections that she brings up in the actual narrative that she shares when she's interviewed. So this is a breakdown. And when I started listening to what is actually being shared, and I started trying to map it out, I could see a narrative that was layered, like layered on top of or behind. And I was like, okay, wait a minute. If I go with what Ellie is telling me, and I go with what the mother has shared, and what Stephen has shared, and I start putting this in a timeline, buckle up, Buttercup. This, my lovelies, gets all too real. Get comfy and join us on this roller coaster ride down this rabbit hole. How far does this really go? That's the big question. Hey, Brink Clink. Just have to say you have the most beautiful angelic voice. Aw, thank you, Frank. You guys are so wonderful to me. Sassy. Oh, Sassy, lovely. Get ready. When I say OMG, you know, I don't do clickbait. All right, let's get over to our little browser here. I made us a little something that kind of walks you through all this hearsay. All right? Let me switch it over to live chat. All right, now I can make sure I see everybody. Hey, Sun City, Beverly Ward. All right, lovelies. So I was listening. I'm like, what the hell is LE really talking about? Because they keep saying this storyline that he, as in Stephen, allegedly is returning home with what has been caught on cam or been seen. All right, we don't know which, just seen. That appears to be Maddie, but Ellie believes she's already deceased. And I'm like, why would anyone in their right mind, which you're not going to be if you're a killer, so poor choice of words on my part, why would even the dumbest criminal return to the house with a dead body? I mean, this just doesn't work. So I'm like, that math problem is like trying to add up a bagel, some bananas, at the number 4 and the serial code of root beer to get an equation. You're like, that doesn't work. That's not math. That doesn't work. And in that, I started really looking at the scenario. So everything I share in this video is speculation, alleged, and in my humble opinion. All right? And in your humble opinion, because yes, I'm going to be sharing your thoughts all through this. And that's because I have this amazing 1111 following, and we're all working towards justice. Hey, pretty sweet pea. First time here? Oh, well, welcome to 1111 True Crime. Adias Perez, welcome back. You say it's scary to think about what happened to Madeline after her party, right? I just can't believe that Jen did not suspect anything for the 2+ years that Stephen was violating Madeline, in my opinion. Dana Lynn says, I just started watching this case this morning. Has anyone else noticed anything strange? The first interview of the mom and the missing poster of Madeline? Oh, let's get into this. All right, loves. Let me get over here Fair use disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is the use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing, and so forth. I invoke that. So I titled this theory because I based this theory after intake of all the information that I have gathered from interviews and what law enforcement have said. But it is true speculation. It is a theory. No one is being accused in my video. We're all speculating, and I call this Mother Played Maddie Theory by Mama D. Get ready, you guys. This gets real. Who's who? So I was watching a fellow creator, Gray Hughes, and I've been following here and there on his videos because I've enjoyed the interviews of the friends, whether they are or not, I don't know. But even one of those gentlemen named Chase emailed us, and we shared that. So I'd been paying close attention, and this photograph came up, and he was asking, I believe it was Gray, don't quote me, but he had this on the screen anyway, is this Madeline? So you can see this reflective picture right here, where you can see the image of someone in his glasses, in Stefan's glasses. When it's enlarged, you can see it much better. And this person is asking, is this Madeline? And the friend actually addressed it and said, no, actually, that is Jen. And Jen is very tiny, like tiny, tiny, like really tiny. And I was like, well, would she be the same size as Madeline? So no, this is actually Jen in this picture. Gemini 65 says, wow. I'm just saying. Are you seeing this? James Swain says, the map ain't mapping. That's absolutely right. Adaz says, hello, thank you for allowing comments from non-members today. We only do that one day a week, and otherwise it's everybody. Everybody subscribed. So Virgo 22 says maybe he came back to get her laptop and book bag to toss before he took her to the woods. Are y'all ready for this? Because this gets crazy. So that's a lot of people for quite a while believed that this is Madeline, when actually it's Jen. That got me thinking about this whole we took her to school. We is a instinctive pronoun. You don't even got to think about it. I, we. You're either alone or you're there with somebody else. So to keep track of it in the state of mind that Jen appeared to be in, of when to say we and when not to say we, it was a tale, in my opinion, because she was there until she got dropped off. Follow me. Let's listen close to her side of the story. Again, I am only speculating. Everything I share is alleged.
Going on with Maddie?
Well, Monday morning, we took her to school. We dropped her off close to school, across the street from a church, which is it's right next to the school. She crossed the street and walked to school, what we thought walked to school. My boyfriend who drove her to school drove away at that point. It was seen on video footage that she hung out in the parking lot of the church for a few minutes and then got up and walked towards the school. But she never made it that walk and that was around 9 a.m. when she got up. She never made it to school after that. Um, it's right next to the school. I don't know why she didn't make it. I don't know if something happened on her walk along the way or if she got taken, but she never made it.
And that was
Um,
the last anyone's seen of her or heard from her?
yes. I went to pick her up after school, um, and she wasn't there. So I started driving around, maybe thinking she took a walk. Maybe she decided to walk to my mom's office, which is pretty close to the school as well. Drove around and I didn't see anything. I drove back to the school. The school was closed. I emailed one of her teachers. They confirmed that she was absent all day. At that point is when I called 911 because I realized something was truly wrong.
So, I just want to shout out to everybody to say, let other people speculate and tear me apart because it really doesn't matter. I just want you to focus on me and not those that have a differing opinion. They have the right to share and tell me I'm absolutely crazy, and I'm good with that. All right? Because this is my theory, and I feel that more of you are going to understand what I'm saying if you're focused over here. So, all eyes over here, because I do have something to show you. So, no proof of life returning from the birthday party. There is no proof of life returning after the birthday party. Why do I say that? Because this child did not touch or communicate with anybody online or touch any electronic devices, according to mom, after she got home. So, did this child even get home?
And Jen, there's no way that she just being, a teenager was like maybe had a fight with you or an argument with you and was like, you know what, I'm gonna go hang out at so and so's house and teach her a lesson. Could that be a scenario?
I don't believe so. We actually haven't gotten into a fight in like a few weeks or arguments or anything like that. If anything, on Sunday, she celebrated her 13th birthday with my entire family and she had the best day. She was so happy. She showed us all her gifts. Um, she's just a happy girl and she showed it on Sunday.
Now, I stopped it right there. I'm going to back it up. This came up unexpected because this is a side rabbit hole. We're just going to throw it over here on the whiteboard, like finger painting in the dark. No fact. It just cued me up that she says she was a happy girl. She showed it. Then, when she said that, I happened to remember that the photo, the actual video of Madeline at her birthday party in her dress, we've all had questioned if that is a baby bump. And what Maddie does is she kind of embraces her side and pushes her tummy forward. She's smiling. She even put her hands behind her back for a minute, and she crossed her hands over her private parts. Was Maddie so happy that she was going to have a baby? Was there some, don't worry, honey, we'll tell everybody it's mommy's baby, but you can take care of it? Is there something going on? Now, a lot of you are going to throw hate at me for this. I'm here to ask all the questions. None of the questions that I'm asking should cause anybody to feel the need to attack me, but rather state your opinion, share what your thoughts are. So think of the film of Maddie with her hands and the way she explained, like she encircled her tummy, like she encircled it. She leaned it forward. She put her hands behind her back. Now, that was her Sunday birthday party, allegedly. Listen to what mom says. Is this like a clear truth without realizing that she is telling us a truth?
She showed it on Sunday night when she went to bed. She was so happy. she showed it on Sunday night when she went to bed. She was so happy. So, she had the best day. I
So
just, there was no moment in that evening from when she got home from the party that she had her phone or had the laptop. She went straight to getting ready and went to bed. So I know she didn't have any conversations with anyone. She didn't make plans with anyone. I didn't see any of that.
so
Yeah.
she's
So, she didn't make plans with anybody. She didn't use her electronics. She went straight to bed. We have no proof that Maddie got home. That's real important. I feel that's really important. Now, we're going to get into the Monday twilight. I believe, as do the police, that it was very early under like 3 a.m. ish, dark, that would be the time that this is when Stepan allegedly transports the deceased and actually completes the body drop. Now you're going to be like, wait. LAC Maddie in the car later that morning. This can't happen. Oh, yes, it can. It absolutely can. Follow me. So we have no proof of life after the birthday party. We have the mother saying she showed it. She showed it. Think of the video of Maddie with her cake. What does her hands do? She's talking. Monday, twilight, I believe Stepan or Stephen or potato transports deceased completes body drop. I believe that Stepan and Jen co-plan a thing called Drop Maddie for School. Monday, early morning, Jen Soto allegedly dresses in Maddie's green hoodie, black shorts, and Crocs. She gathers up the book bag and her laptop. Monday, early morning, Stephen returns and picks up Maddie, aka Jen, from home. Monday, early morning, Stephen drives to church with Jen doubling for Maddie while leaving her car at her sister's house, allegedly for an alibi. Monday, early morning, Stepan drops, quote, Maddie, aka Jen, off at the church for false proof of life.
and with the video that you were able to see whenever your boyfriend dropped her off, where was that? Which video? Was that a surveillance camera?
It was a surveillance camera from the church, Peace Church, right next to Hunters Creek Middle School.
And do you have that video?
I don't have that. They didn't show me. They wouldn't show me. It was actually my sister was the one at location, and they were letting her know what they saw on camera.
Okay.
But they didn't show it to any of us. They saw on camera.
Okay.
My sister was the one at location, and they were letting her know what they saw on camera.
Okay.
But they didn't. Actually, my sister was the one at location, and they were letting her know what they saw on camera.
Okay.
But they didn't show it to any of us.
Got it. Okay.
So, I believe when Stephen drops off Maddie, aka Jen, off at the church for false proof of life, that's the only footage is at the Peace Church, and right out of Jen's mouth, her sister is on site at the church. I'll let you draw your own conclusions as to how that works in Jen's favor or not. Well, Poetry in Motion is called a hoodie because it has a hood. Poetry Emotion says JS's hair is dark, Maddie's was light. Yeah, but it's called a hoodie. Everybody's saying sus, sus. All right, you guys, let's go. Monday, early morning, Stephen claims he sees Jen looking in Maddie's backpack for Maddie's phone. That's what I believe. I believe Jen is actually playing the part of Maddie at the church, and as he drives off, I believe Jen is seeing that she has forgot Maddie's phone at home. I think that's her first inkling. Monday, early morning, Jen realizes they left Maddie's phone at home. No worries, just victim blame.
She did accidentally leave her phone on Monday, which is kind of normal for her. She's got ADHD and very forgetful. So she left her phone at home, so there's no way to trace her. She did accidentally leave her phone on Monday, which is kind of normal for her. She's got ADHD and very forgetful. So she left her phone at home, so there's no way to trace her.
There's no way to trace her. Victim blame as well. Forgive me. Monday, early morning, I believe that Stepan picked Jen up just a few blocks away. And I wondered, did Jen just walk away from the little Peace Church over to her mom's business? Because, listen to this.
I went to pick her up after school, and she wasn't there. So I started driving around, maybe thinking she took a walk. Maybe she decided to walk to my mom's office, which is pretty close to the school as well.
Very close to the school as well. So, Monday at 8:14 a.m., Cam captures Stephen or Stepan returning home with Maddie, a.k.a. Jen, pretending to be asleep. Ellie believed Maddie dead. This is why I believe he didn't return with the body. I believe he was returning with Jen, pretending to be asleep, like they forgot something. And here's why. I believe that Jen went into the home at 8:20. She claims seeing Maddie dressing around 8 o'clock a.m. I think this was her window where she changes her clothes and gives Stepan Maddie's clothes. Remember, if the child is seen at the church in those clothes, it would make more sense if the child is found in those clothes. According to Jen Soto, Maddie was last seen in black shorts, but she was found in jeans. I believe mid-morning, Stepan returned to the crime scene. He dressed the body in a green hoodie and Crocs. He either forgot to change the the pants into shorts, or rigor mortis or time, not having enough time, something cut it short that he could not finish changing the body. And therefore, that is why they had the black shorts wrong. Now remember, this could very well explain why he is seen changing a tire, meaning Stepan, near the location of the body, where the body was found. So, later, Maddie's book bag and school-issued laptop is found in the home dumpster. And I believe that was thrown in by the mother, actually. But they say that it was Stepan, that they see him doing something over there earlier in the day. I think he was just looking in there to see if that would work, if it was full, if there would be enough to hide it. I think somehow the mother got it to the dumpster or something. I don't know for sure on that. But everything in this video is speculation, alleged, and in my humble opinion. So let me get back over here so I can hear your thoughts. Matrix says, what happened if your speculations are wrong? then I say I'm very sorry because it is a theory-based complete show. Frank Clark believes this is believable. Pandesi says it's really scary to think there are people like this out there. Dana Lynn says, Matrix, then they're wrong. We're just chatting. Matrix, do you feel remorse, or are we allowed to speculate? And I think this case will scar us. Well, I think this case should scar us. There is a dead child. I think we need to always try to learn from every experience that we have. I'm speculating because I'm looking at the details, and there's just no way that I can get past that somebody, as a suspect, is returning home with the deceased. I can't. It doesn't compute. The math doesn't work. And so that would in turn lead me to believe that there was someone that appears to be Maddie, but that would also insinuate we have an actress. So it really started putting this whole theory to the test. And I'm like, does it match what we're actually hearing? But that's what you've got to do. You've got to learn to discern yourself, do your own research. And as Sassy says, it's about utilizing your critical thinking and not following the narrative, even if it's from me, y'all. You know, even if it's from Mama D, that doesn't mean I'm right. It just simply is a narrative with open possibilities. And I feel we need to really look at things. I don't want this child's name to be just swept away and we don't hear any more. I want to know that this child got justice. I want her story to be heard. She got no attention. Everybody has failed her. The least we can do is really pay attention to what kind of horror stories that could have been happening in her life when nobody gave a damn. Peace Out says, I think you were on point. Gemini 65 says it's definitely a possibility. Lorna says it's better to speculate than ignore and not care what happened. Jill Elaine says, what a horrible mother, if you're correct, Mama D. Well, and I want to address this real quick. We all have the right to speculate. I literally tell you from the very second if I am speculating. So you're quite aware that I am sharing something out of my own brain. I tell you that this is alleged, and I tell you it's my opinion. Right there, you have buttons. You make your choice if you watch or not. But when you watch it all the way to the end, at least your mind now is open as you think about the other things that you uncover as you go forward. It'll be there. And if the narrative doesn't fit this theory, the real true story, right? If it doesn't fit my story, then my story is obviously wrong. And I'll be like, I was wrong. Justice for Maddie Soto. Thank you, Pin Dizzy. Thank you, A1. Thank you, thank you. Infertile with the Turtle. Welcome, lovely. Dollar Sterling says, yes, freedom of thinking. That's correct. I don't follow sheep. I am more likely to follow what is being said by the interview and law enforcement and my own gut and actually add it all up and see what comes out of the machine. It's like I eat the toast for breakfast and the eggs and the bacon, and I'm like, okay, what does that give me in my gut, right? And so that is the, balanced breakfast of true crime. I shove it all in. And what comes out, I thought out very thoroughly. Doesn't mean it's right, but it certainly means at least I'm giving it a think. Bonafide troublemaker, what parent lets their child go to school without a cell phone in today's world? Linda Ross says, at a level limit in true crime. I have a question. The videos and pics on his phone, who was doing the filming? Wow. Exactly. That's an excellent question. Alice Canty says, yes, justice for this little child, please. Linda Lou says there would be a camera that morning with authorities saw by camera that her carried her to car. We could see Mom getting out of the car after he came back home with Maddie, supposedly. No, that isn't what was shared, Linda Lou. They said that they had knowledge of what appeared to be Maddie in a car. They never said who, or at least my up-to-date knowledge as far as I am aware. I'll leave it at that because there could have been an update, right, that I don't know about. And then the theory's just blown. And I'm like, well, I apologize for wasting your time. But until I see that theory, as far as I know, all we know is that the police have said that what appears to be Maddie in the car, and they believe she was already deceased. We'll find out in the end, right? Hey, Jacqueline says, Pin Dizzy, doesn't your mom grocery shop or pay bills? What you talking about? Y'all, my mom believes the State of the Union and trusts a B-man. I trust neither. We agree to disagree. Kim Hell says, Mama D, you're the best. You guys are the best. Gregory says, I'd like to smash those sunglasses with him wearing them. Hello. Sinaloa Tacos. Hello, lovely. Welcome to True Crime. 1111 here. Stephanie Dimlow says, yay, I get to be here for the live today. Well, I mean, yes, Rand 5150 says, hopefully ring cams about the neighborhood for all the movement. I pray too. Oh, interesting. Bonafide Troublemaker says, does it make you wonder who she told as kids to do talk? And is that what made him go further? You know what was weird is he made the comment he couldn't help blame himself because he could have waited. Made me think of pregnancy, like, she didn't have, what's the difference to him if she just bulks up in sweaters and he's got 6 months or something? I don't know. It just kind of sat wrong with me. Right, Virgo 22. Appearances can be deceiving. Linda Lou says, in the first pressers, Stephen was seen carrying Maddie to the car. How do you know it was Maddie? How do you know it wasn't Jen? I'm just asking y'all. We assume too much. Sinaloa Taco says, boots to his face. Makes you want to spank his face with your boots. I believe. Leo Matthew Chamberlain, hello and welcome to 1111 True Crime. You say, I think Jen actually took her life. I enjoy your channel. You have, a really excellent speaking voice. Thank you, love. Thank you so much. Miss Ladybug says, maybe he had a tripod set up. Oh, Lord, y'all. Oof, deep breath. Release. Dana Lynn says, I watch this case all morning, and his ex-friend and roommate said he made money from child pornography, allegedly. FJB says, Mama D has the most soothing voice, like butter. You guys are so sweet to me. You really are. Says, regarding the phone pics, you should have to study them and look for self-mode, etc. Oh, it's God. It's gross. Yeah. I don't even want to, right? Lone Multi, the stepfather has no motive to kill Maddie. He uses her and loves her. Now, we don't know for sure. If she's got a baby bump, that could be very well a motive. I'm just saying. Or because she now could potentially get a bump in the future. She's no longer a child. And, this hasn't really been spoken of too much, but it's where my mind kind of goes. There's always that off possibility that um, once the child is no longer a child, that they are no longer sexually appealing to a pedo, you know? Um, and so therefore they now become at risk. And often child maggots, I'm trying to be so careful here because we have the YouTube popo, and I don't want to hear wee demonetized. um, but you get me. You get me. You feel what I'm saying. The child may not have the value that she once had when she's no longer a child. She poses many, many threats, including to another adult female when there's now not a child, which the mother feels superior anyway, but another female. So there's a lot of interesting, we all slept together kind of weirdness going on, in my humble opinion. Judah Star says, I know the mother is questionable in my opinion. I definitely am not all cool and fine with pretty much any of her behavior, but for some reason the thought flashed in my mind about him dumping the backpack and laptop. You could be right. You could very, very well be right. Poetry Emotion says, I think Maddie was overdosed on psych meds, in my opinion. And you could be right. Pin Dizzy says, doesn't, she doesn't like Justin. I don't get it. AI in the State of the Union, she spoke too clearly. I'm not sure what you mean. I missed something. Lovely. You know, some people think I'm bubbly too, and I promise you I'm not. But I do want to send Bubbly some love out there. I mean, everybody to each his own. Whoever does their channel their way, they do it. I appreciate them for working towards justice. Always encourage discernment with my channel and with everyone's channel. We are only human, sharing our human knowledge. Though I do feel I am a human lie detector. I truly do feel that. That doesn't mean I'm 100% guaranteed to always be right. Beverly Ward says, autopsies, yes, not told to public yet. Julie Cook says, in my humble opinion, Jen may have unalived her daughter. Kathy Smith says, if having baby is going to another unaliving charge for baby 2, right? Judah Star says, I seriously wonder if he was hiding the backpack and laptop so mom don't see it that early still at home. Now there's a thought as well. Lone Multi says, stepfather has groomed Maddie and Maddie believes he loves her and maybe think they have a love relationship and told her mother that he prefers Maddie and that the mother gets jealous. That reminds me of something. Like, I'm not trying to write no harlequin horror story here, but what if that is all true? What if this is my guy, Maddie, being brainwashed from being groomed early on. I love him. Now I'm going to be his baby mama, and we don't need you, mama, no more. Okay? We don't know what went on. Now, that was finger painting in the dark. Judah Star says, a human lie detector. That's Mama D, and that's the name of my new channel that it's already started, but we've changed it 1,000 times trying to figure out what it is. And I decided to think about, in meditation for the last 2 months, what is my real gift? I know I love tarot. I know I love true crime. But my true gift is human lie detector. I am a human lie detector in real life and on my show. And when I call bullshit, I haven't been wrong yet. I was the first one to put it out there that Jody Sue Brown was a damn snake in the grass. I was screaming it from the top of my table. You can go back and watch the video. I am literally pounding my table. And everybody sat there with the mouth wide open. And I got hit a lot about how wonderful Jody Sue was. But 6 months later, everybody knew. It's just the way it works for me. I'm a truth speaker, truth seeker, and I am a human lie detector. Lorna says, if Maddie and Creep got married, would the crimes go away? No, I don't think so, but I don't know. I am so far from being a lawyer, it's not even funny. Dickety boo, hello, lovely. The shite was about to hit the fan. Both adults had to make the issue disappear ASAP. Sterling says, there's a lot of bad blood between the three, in my opinion. Yeah, I've got to get it changed over there. It says Ancestors Speak. But I am going to be changing. I've got the logo made. I've got the backdrop made. I've got everything in plan. And I basically just have to put it all together. So that's why I kind of mentioned that this channel might slow down a little bit. Just in the amount of videos, maybe not 6 videos a week, but maybe 3, 4, just for a week or two till I get caught up over there. But I do feel that that's what we need to do. And we'll see how many of you want to join me on that. All right, my lovely Luz, we've been at this almost 2 hours. Sassy says very possible and still wouldn't have been Maddie's fault. Exactly. That would be the mother's fault and the wrong life so sadly eliminated in this situation. Well, of course. I mean, a child is groomed. What they believe in their fantasy world is what has been shoved in their head by these groomers. And it can be very much where, and I'll tell you right now, I guarantee you, many victims will defend their persecutor, their attacker. Many. Okay? They don't know better. Especially if it's somebody that they feel they should love because that's what everybody tells them. Right? Julie Lane, welcome for being a Starlight All-Star Panel Seed member for 11 months. Jody Leigh Dolan says, love this channel. Aw, I love you too. Sinaloa Taco says, Mom set up the narrative for everything in my opinion. What is the name of the other channel? Frank Clark says. Or Frank Clink. Sorry, Frank. Well, give it a day or two, you guys. Let me get it set up over there so there's a place to rest your feet. Bree Pauline, member for 18 months, all-star panel member, says, I love our entire 1111 True Crime family. Thank you, lovely. Judah says, I don't think so because he had sex with her, that she was just a young little kid, proof of age 11, but I'm sure it was long before that. He had groomed her, in my opinion, regardless of whether they got married. Right. That's what I feel too. They get messed up in the mind. They think it is love. Right, exactly. Judah Star says, yep, this is the best of the best. I love you guys. Dollar Sterling says stepdad was talking about what he thought people would get away with from the law, including unaliving. I read that. You're right. Creep. Just saying. Debbie Lemon said people defend their attacked subconsciously. They can't admit they made the choice to be involved. And especially children don't know any better because think about it. So many times the attacker is somebody very close to the child. And even family members are encouraging hugs and kisses and sitting on somebody's lap and da-da-da. Go give Uncle Harry a hug. We don't really think about it. I never did that. Like there was this family member that I wouldn't leave my kids alone with. And I had multi discussions with all kinds of family members behind his back. I could never pin it. I could never say I saw this. I just kept saying, he makes me feel weird. I get a funny feeling. He shouldn't be alone with any of our girls. None of them. Not our boys either. Watch him, watch him. And all the family's like, I don't think you're right. Well, guess what? 24 years later, he's sitting in prison for molesting all kinds of the little girls in that side of the family. And it's not an aha, I was right moment you ever want to hear about. Now, I divorced that family long ago, right when I was like, I'm going to point the finger here pretty quick. But you just never know. And it's horrifying. It's horrifying. Brie Pauline says, thank you, everyone. Mama D is the best. On that, my lovelies, it is time to boot scoot out the door. I want you to know we are going to continue to work for Maddie Soto in whatever way that we are guided to do. I want you to pay attention to the Elijah View case as well. 3-year-old not found in Wisconsin at this time. Charges are building and building over in his mother and the controlling boot camp man, monster. Oh, that case has blown my mind. And Sebastian Rogers. Lord, help us all. Give us strength to face this world. I ask this thing from the humblest part of my heart that we are blessed with true justice in all these cases. I love you all. To the moon and back.